You're basically bragging about a body count.
Yeah.
You like, oh, I've been taken here. I get flown out. I go here, I go there. All right, and how many times?
That's that.
Okay, I got you, man.
The power exchange.
You want the new mic?
Like that. You remember like that video you showed, bro, with the little boy with the money and the guns, like so like he said, the parents and that got everything to do with everything, bro. The parents and the environment that these kids grow up in.
And that's why we need to stop glorifying a lot of the stuff in our culture that we glorify. Like just like looking at our music, just look at our music. Our music
that's our biggest influence, bro.
Yeah.
Which is terrible because it ain't promoting nothing but death, violence, and
sex, drugs.
Like it ain't promoting nothing positive.
Hatred. It's promoting hatred, racism, fucking being a failure, fucking being promiscuous,
going to jail, and being proud of it.
Oh my God, they be killing me on that. All right, so the second thing I wanted to talk about was our focus as a people, and is there a real solution? So what made me have this idea was I'll be watching DJ Academics. Sometimes he talk about some real stuff. And he had this video of Blueface and the two females that he have recently impregnated, who were both there with him and are both still having sex with him, and then both randomly fight him. And, they all catch charges, and it's just a big show, and they're making money off of it. What blew my mind was it was 202,000 people watching.
We love drama, bro. We love stupid stuff. I want to cuss, but I ain't gonna even say we love stupid stuff, and it draws our attention, bro. I can't.
That shit is so disappointing to me.
I don't know what else to say, man. We just drawn to dumb stuff, man. Like,
and that's definitely something I cannot relate to because it's so uninteresting to me.
Yeah, like I don't.
It is so uninteresting. Like I'm more.
Post the fight videos. And I'm just like, bruh, like I can see if it was, I've watched street fights before. If it's two dudes squaring up, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. But watching somebody get jumped or stomped or kicked in the face, I don't want to see that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I would rather watch professional fighters, UFC, boxing, something like that. If that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like,
it's stuff like that, bro. It's why people take black people for a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. They don't take us seriously about nothing, dog. Just because that's the kind of stuff we into, and they making money off of that, so they're not gonna stop, and they're gonna keep getting engaged.
And they're feeding it to the kids. They're instilling it into the kids. There was a fight in my neighborhood. It's a bunch of kids running. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so excited to see this violence at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Kids getting jumped in school, and it's to the point where, like, kids bringing weapons to school and all this stuff. Like, why is it violence is getting more and more dangerous at younger ages? There was the fair that was here a couple years ago, and a 15-year-old, and I think it was a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old was shot and killed. That's crazy. I used to go to the fair every year with my son. This is blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Random shots. Bullets don't have names on them.
These kids different, man.
I'm telling
you. Children of the corn, man.
All of that goes back to the home. And
I know.
I think all of that primarily, probably the number one biggest reason is kind of cliche to say at this point, but it's the absence of fathers. Because with women, with single mothers raising our kids for the most part these days, they have nothing but emotion in that household.
I'll tell you that the last video we did.
Bruh, I'm waiting on him to say his thought because I'm finna tell y'all about this conversation I just had.
I said the same thing. These emotional kids, bro. Raised by these emotional women, and they act off of everything emotion, bro.
Yeah, everything. But without a man there for that counterbalance to shut things down and say, hey, things are getting out of hand, and just keep things calm. Without that man, all of these kids, they're just being brought up in an emotional state. And when they go out into the world, they're undisciplined and they're just emotional. And undisciplined, emotional men are the most dangerous men in society. Dangerous. And you have stuff like that.
And even like,
go ahead.
So what I was saying, so like the emotions come in with the parent too. So the mama, she treating that kid based off her emotions at the time.
Facts.
And that's what he see. When she mad, when Tyrone ain't treating her right, she treating him bad. You get what I'm saying? Like she cussing him out, want to beat him down. So he see that, bro. So everything he see is emotion based. He don't see nothing, like he don't think, he don't rationalize nothing. He just go off his emotion. So I know when I'm mad, I can beat this person up, or I can hit this person. If I'm mad, I'm gonna shoot this person. Hey, boy,
I'm gonna tell y'all,
fathers got to get back in there, man. Fathers got to get back in there, bro.
So I'm the crazy thing is controlling emotions. Yeah, huge on that.
Me too.
And I tell people that all the time. Like, one of the biggest things about just your inner self, controlling your emotions because that's what's going to determine you making a potentially life-altering decision. Just off of something petty.
So being mad and proving yourself could cost you your life. It could also cost you a huge fragment of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because win or lose, your life is going to be affected. You know what I mean? Heavily. And so I had a conversation with this female day before yesterday. Who I don't want to give too much of her information. But anyway, we just had a conversation about fathers being in the home. And I told her, I said, yeah, I couldn't father a child. I'm just going to put it out there. She asked me to give her my seat, basically, but not to be the father of her child, but to give her a child. And I said, well, I couldn't create a child and not be its father. I'm not going to just be a dad. That's going to always haunt me. And I said, well, she replied with, it can't just be my child. I didn't need my son's dad. And I said, yeah, but that's a huge problem. You know what I'm saying? And I explained to her what we just talked about. And she said, you absolutely right. But it never clicked in her that you're creating a monster.
Yeah, because they don't think that far ahead. Women don't think that far
ahead. She didn't realize that I was talking about her in the situation, about there not being a father at home, and about emotions, and about how violence is being younger and younger. And because a woman, God damn it, I don't hate women. It's so crazy because you can't say shit, but you can't say shit because this same woman I'm talking about, will sit here and tell me I'm right about everything I say. But when I say something about her, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying?
Just say it, man. Unfiltered, man. Unfiltered.
Just you know, it's crazy that you think that
I would be laughing.
Yeah, it's crazy that you think that you as a mother are supposed to be living your best life. Traveling, doing whatever you want to do, this, that, and the third. When you become a parent, your child is the top priority. Time is very important. You should be spending all of your time affecting that child's life in some way, unless you are working. You know what I'm saying? Time is the most valuable thing in this world. I just made a post about it this morning. It's the only resource we don't get back. You can't give that child time that you did not spend with them. You know what I mean? You can regret it forever. You know what I'm saying? But just like when people die, we regret not spending time with them. Because it's until they die, you don't realize you can never get it back. You know what I'm saying? The things that you're supposed to teach that child, the emotions you're supposed to pass on, the lessons that they should learn are going to be harder and harder to teach as they get older. As they become more instilled in the patterns that they learn from you intrinsically, from just seeing you and just being around you. And then you be talking the way they talk in front of these children, talking about the shit that they talk about in front of these children that they shouldn't be hearing, talking about men the way they do, dealing with multiple partners and bringing multiple people around their children is all horrible things for their children to see. And I'm not talking about this young lady anymore. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
when your child sees you bring multiple people into the home, regardless if they have an effect on you or that child, I told her, I said, this is what you got to understand. As a growing man, you begin to model yourself, your behaviors, and your patterns after a man. If there is no man present, you're going to model yourself after the closest idea of what a man is. If your mom only talked to thug niggas, you think that's what you should be. If your mom only talked to niggas who beat her ass, you're going to think niggas slap women when they act stupid. If your mama say niggas ain't shit, you know you a nigga, you like, oh shit.
It's kind of funny too, because like, you know, I actually just thought of this right now, but it's kind of funny because you hear a lot of women, you know, if you're talking about like traditionalism and like, you know, a full, you know, father, mother, and kids and stuff, living a traditional life, a lot of women, they don't like that word traditional. You say that to them and they automatically think slavery, and or they'll compare it to back in the 1950s where it was okay for men to slap a woman up and stuff like that. They'll make that argument, but these same women will go after these dudes that tend to do that very thing. They will go straight for them, and women they don't. But that's an issue why I would say that's one of the reasons why women need men in the house, especially stable-minded men, because this idea of them raising children on their own
or not needing a man
or not, this is very new to them. It's extremely new to them. Like, and I don't think they have the equipment, the mental equipment to handle it on their own. They care more about being a mother than they do being a wife, having a full household, to be able to actually carry that burden. They're trying to get all the burden themselves when they really don't even need to. Just get with the man that you willingly gave a baby to.
Right.
Get with him. Sure, he may have some flaws about him, but guess what? You picked him. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. They're the ones who choose who the father of their babies are. So that's up to their responsibility to choose correctly. Yeah, of course you got a lot of men out there very manipulative, but that's also responsibility of fathers to teach their daughters what kind of men that they should be looking for and to watch out for. The biggest responsibility for men, and when it comes to women, is to defend women from other evil men. That's something that women need to understand. And I would argue that is one of the biggest reasons women need men, to protect them from other evil men out there. But they chase after the evil men.
So real talk. So what y'all telling me? A woman without a man, she on the road to chaos, bro. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. And like, even if she can, and even a woman that, okay, let's say, you know, let's take the whole boss babe chick. She's out there living her best life. Let's say she's not really having bad experiences like that. What's going to happen, what tends to happen later on, is that she'll end up becoming a victim to her own success, basically, where she's very successful in like her career and whatnot. But when she hits her 30s, maybe even her 40s, and she puts so much focus on her career, making money and stuff like that, she'll hit a point where she's like, wait a minute, like, I still don't have a consistent man. Like, I can get dates and stuff, but I can't get a man that'll stick around, because the men that she probably wants now aren't looking for the things that she is trying to provide.
Yeah, so basically she won't be able to find a man that's on or above her level. And even when she does, they're not looking for a woman to be a boss. They're looking for a woman to hold down the household, and she won't fit that part. So that's why a lot of times men will use the luxury that they have to date younger, whereas in her position, she can date younger also, but that'll be a boy toy. That guy won't be looking to make her his wife. You see what I'm saying? Where a guy can, right, a guy can be at that status and date younger, and the woman can still be prime if she's intelligent and healthy to have kids and raise a healthy family for him. You see what I'm saying? That's where the difference is, and they don't get that either.
So do y'all think it's a shortage though in those kind of men that can guide and mold these women into, being good wives and good moms
I
and all that?
I believe there is, and then I believe the ones that exist are just not rich or in the friend zone, because it's a famous saying that where it say God sent me a good man. It said He sent you one, you friend zone, because he didn't look like the things that catch your attention, but that was the man for you. So there's an old movie. I don't know if it was Deliver Us from Evil. It's an old movie about this black lady who used to like attractive bum niggas, and she would like build them up. It's crazy because I like the whole idea. So a woman's job, I believe, is to support the man and back up the man's dreams and ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a unit, and the amount of energy and creativity that goes towards checking somebody's phone, getting their password, arguments, or being petty could all be used to back up your man instead of to down men. You know what I mean? Right. That same energy could be used in a different way. And another thing that's a huge problem is, just like how I said, you can't say shit because everything I just said, a reply to everything that we just said is going to be, but men do it too. Two wrongs don't make a right. And then also saying you did it too is not addressing the situation. You know what I'm saying? He just said also, there are a lot of guys that are pieces of shit, bullshit out here. Right. But these are the guys y'all go for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they like. A guy could come to you and tell you, like, I've talked to some women over the past couple years since my divorce, and I hit them with, what's your 5-year plan? What type of goals do you have? What major goals are you working on now? What are your minor goals? I tell them I'm very ambitious. I don't club a lot. Don't do this, that, and the third. When I go out, I'm invited by friends. It's a birthday, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the whole rundown.
Yeah.
That shit is a turnoff to women because they want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Women want to go to the club. They want to drink. They want to have experiences. They want to date. You know what I'm saying? Which is just fun in itself for women because it's free for them. You know what I'm saying? So as a guy, you have to invest money and time, which, as I explained again, is the most valuable resource in life. And then a woman is literally just going to cross you off and go to the next.
And that's why women, they tend to go for the guys that they're going for, because like you said, they're basically, I guess to simplify it, they're looking for lifestyle. They're looking for a certain type of lifestyle. But the problem is, like, age has a lot to do with that. Mm-hmm. The men that they're going for who has all of this money, they're older and they're also in the top 10 to even 5% of men in the country. And so they're just sidelining all the rest of 80 to 90% of the men out there. Even though there's a lot of good men there, they haven't made it there yet, but they're currently on a mission. But women, they don't want to put in the work to be in that man's journey. They want men already at the finish line. They want the finished product. And you know what I mean? And just to kind of be fair and put some criticism on men, I do believe that I won't necessarily call it a shortage, but I do believe men do need to be better. I wholeheartedly believe that. Because I see it all the time. Like, I hate seeing, especially as a supervisor in a warehouse, Something I absolutely hate seeing is men in their 40s, 50s getting entry level jobs, like as a temp. I hate seeing that so much because my mind is going, what have you been doing? Why are you this age? This should be a job level for a guy in his 20s, maybe early 30s, maybe. At that point, you should be, if you're in a warehouse like me, I think you should be in some kind of leadership position at that point. But no, jobs like that should be for guys in their 20s. If you're in your 40s and 50s still getting entry level jobs, there's something wrong. There's something wrong.
There's a slogan, bro.
I say that's normal. That man been locked up. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's either he been locked up or he wasted 30 years of his life. There's a slogan.
It's one of the two.
It's a slogan for that. It's the man who thinks the same at 30 as he did at 20 wasted 10 years of his life. And that's because we play so much. You know what I'm saying? We could be locked up. He could be, he thought he was going to be a rapper, or he thought he was going to be a trapper, or this, that, and the third. But I wanted to say something else about what you said. So I kind of put the responsibility more on women because I feel like women have more power in the world. So with the young lady that I was talking to, I told her, and this is my theory, women have, like you said, they're the gatekeepers to sex. If they raise the standards required to have sex, niggas would do better. If women would stop having sex with niggas who didn't have a job, niggas would get jobs. If women would stop having sex with niggas who booty cheeks are swinging, niggas would pull their pants up. If you know what I'm saying, they're literally setting the standard. That's true. When my mama was a teenager, you know, they used to say broke bum niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had to show that they was clean. They had to have a fresh cut. They couldn't be a bum. But now, you know what I'm saying? Anything. If women said, nigga, you need a real job. Selling drugs ain't no job.
Niggas will stop.
It wouldn't
because women drive culture
for niggas to be proud of that they're a scammer or that they sell drugs because they couldn't get no ass.
You right. Like motivation, women drive the culture, bro.
Yeah, like we have hookup culture because of women. Because if women wouldn't offer their bodies up like they do, hookup culture would not exist. It doesn't matter. It's like, of course, some women they may make the argument, oh well, there's still a lot of guys they'll rape women. And it's like, okay, you're talking. I like to call that a 1% argument because that's the situations like that is like less than 1%. Yes, they happen, but those are few and far between. Like as far as like the general societal population, like hookup culture would not exist if women would just say no and actually have standards. Y'all are right. They've incredibly lowered the bar.
They're acting mostly off flesh. That's why women are having sex with niggas like Future, who has how many kids? By how many women? Let me Google it.
You got what? It's 8 and 8, ain't it?
I know. 8. I think Shawty Low had like 11 or 13 or something.
Yeah,
what's his name?
I mean, look at Nick Cannon though. Nick Cannon done dropped. He done dropped 6 in the last 3 months.
Future has 8 biological children and 1 adopted son. He has had kids with 8 different women. You see what I'm saying? So they'll try to act like they're moving the way that they move because of some type of priority or it's just better for their life or whatever. But these women are taking the easy way out. Yeah, like they're taking the easy way out, man. Like there's another lady who was famous because she works all day to keep her body in shape, to keep her skin perfect, so she can get high class men. They impregnate her, and then she lives off the income. She's never worked a job. This lady has about 3 or 4 kids, all from like basketball players, and she just gets child support every year. It's a career. You see what I'm saying? Now, I think that's one of the oldest scams in America because child support should be based off of...
I can't be mad at the girl. Like, you know the intention.
You can't. Bro. But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with Future. If you're talking to this female or you're talking to this dude and they telling you they have other kids, several, You know what I'm saying? And you still have unprotected sex with them.
That's on you.
But for the women, those women that are having those kids with Future, you're choosing to destroy that child's life. Because I'm sure that these women aren't taking the money that they're getting from him and then being the greatest mother there is. No disrespect to them at all, but they're living a certain lifestyle now. They wearing name brand every day. They're doing this. They feel like they're models. They OnlyFans and all this. You know what I'm saying? That child is still not getting the attention and the time that they need from a parent. And then you grow up, you get a child like what's going on with Chiasa, who wants to be a thug so bad.
Be a thug so bad.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna quote something DJ Academic said. He said, you know, this is the type of dude who has that prove themselves attitude or mentality where he feel like he got to prove that he's really about that. And he said he'll catch a gun charge. Or he'll be in a situation just to prove that he really like that because he want to be that so bad. Because that's an image he never should have saw growing up rich, but he saw it anyway and fell in love with that lifestyle because his dad is rich, his mom is rich.
He might listen to his dad old songs, bro, and got, you know what I'm saying, got motivated, but that ain't you, bro. It's the same thing with Ja Morant. Like, bro, you ain't about that. Why you riding around toting guns? Like, that ain't what you do.
Well, see, with Ja Morant, I think it's different. I think that Ja Morant is a dude who got lucky, and he was a goofy the whole time. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes like that, and I know because the football players, when I was in school, they was basically a gang. You know what I'm saying? The basketball players the same way. They was bullies. They was basically a gang. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. And they got away with shit because schools love sports. America loves sports. You know what I'm saying? So they can basically do what they want to do. So this is a dude who been about that shit or wanted to be about that shit all this time, but he just never got into the right situation that fucked him up, that ruined his life. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now he's rich and he wild. The real him coming out. He probably been shooting guns, doing stupid shit like that. Just never got caught. You know what I mean? Yeah, he been a goofy.
Yeah.
That's the harsh reality of it, bro. Because you look at all these different cases in history where you get football players beating the shit out of people in public, catching gun charges, killing people. You're like, dude, you're a millionaire. How are you not smart enough, you know what I'm saying, to not get in this situation? Walk away, go lay.
Because they probably didn't have fathers. They probably didn't have in their household. That's why.
But y'all did. Y'all had a father.
Oh, well, I don't know.
No, bro.
He must have had a bad father.
To be the homie though. His father trying to be the homie now, so I guess that might be.
Oh wait. So they had a different relationship. They didn't have a good relationship.
No, they had a great relationship. I'm saying, like, from what it looked like on TV, like they had a great relationship. But I'm saying it's like now that y'all making the money, it's like his father trying to be his homeboy now versus being his dad. You get what I'm saying? So it's like he trying.
I don't know. He must have just had a bad. That was a bad father, didn't it? If his father was there in his life,
I mean, say he was there.
That's a bad
because he be in all the games and stuff. So it's like, you know, so.
Yeah, because a big responsibility of a father is preparing, you know, in this case, his son for anything out there in the world. And I would say that includes success. If a father doesn't enlighten his son to be successful and what he needs to do after getting that success, he still failed his son. Because you can guide your son to success, but if he doesn't know what to do after he gets there, it's like he still has to have a blueprint, because a lot of people fall from grace after getting successful because they don't know what to do after that. They don't know how to maintain the success. It's like, look at people who win the lottery and they go bankrupt after a few years. Yeah, they got it. They hit it. It was through luck, but they have no idea how to manage it.
Right.
They don't know how to maintain it.
Yeah.
They end up losing it all. A hard fall from grace. A lot of people who win the lottery, they say that's the worst thing that ever happened to them because they didn't know what to do afterwards.
You just spin, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let me see, man. I was looking up something about Ja Morant's dad. What is this?
Like I said, I just think he got caught up in trying to be his homeboy versus being his father towards when he started getting in trouble and all that.
Yeah,
Man,
so I know that's a huge mistake that parents make. They trying to be their kid's friend versus being their actual parents. Because
Yeah, especially
they're
Ja
still
became,
mentally kids too.
yeah, for real, and especially like once he became the breadwinner, Ja pretty much did take what go. He got the money. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of shouldn't be that way, but I think that's kind of what happened though.
Mm. And
next
really,
thing,
I think that says a lot about his father.
Yeah.
I would say that if his dad tries to come back into the scene after he gained that kind of success, I think that alone says a lot about his father, because I think most dads, especially good fathers, when they see their kids become successful like that, they're not trying to come back just to get some money. They're just proud. They'll just sit back and be proud.
Yeah, I'm saying I think he was there though. I ain't saying I feel like he was there like growing up.
yeah, he was in his life. I looked it up. He was a barber.
It wasn't like that. Like he didn't leave him or nothing like that. I think he was there.
I don't know what type of person or father he was, but it said he was in his life. He was a barber.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a professional basketball player, but gave up on that dream when Ja Morant was born, apparently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. And it's saying that he gets to live like he's an NBA star.
Right. I think he's living a little bit through Ja. That's what I think. Yeah.
That sounds like jealousy then. That sounds like a little jealousy.
Nah, but apparently they got a good relationship. He living a dream through him. He just he having a young moment. He feel like he got drafted.
Whatever.
We got 8 minutes. I got one more topic. There was a post. It's a group I'm a member of. There's a lady basically. Well, they be posting stuff like this, but they post a screenshot of this lady's dating profile, and she's 39. She smokes. She's overweight. She's not the cutest. Her profile says high maintenance! Exclamation point. I like expensive things! Exclamation point. I like going nice places! Exclamation point. I am not a ride or die. I prefer money and peace.
You're gonna die alone.
Well, I'm telling you.
You're gonna die alone.
You 40, you smoke, you overweight, you not cute, stretch marks galore, and you not a ride or die? So you're not even a good person. What you winning with?
Does she have any kids?
I would assume if you see these stretch marks.
She probably got two or three.
2 or 3 bundles.
Oh, man, look. I don't even know what to say on that.
I'm going to tell you what messed the game up, bro. What messed the game up was
today. Right there, that's what's wrong today.
Bro, I'm telling you, nobody's humble. Everybody think they the best of this, that, and the third. What messed it up, I never forget, I think it was 2008, I heard Gucci Man say, he said, yeah, I know I'm ugly, but my car is real pretty, Gucci. Yeah. And then he had another song that came out. He said, hey, little mama, I'll pay for that. That ended it. Because all the ugly dudes realized, oh, shit, I can just pay for it.
I mean, but Gucci didn't start that. Big started that. I'm just saying, started
the music, bro. It's a part of the music. I'm just saying. Because you think about it like this. There are a lot of women, just like that woman who went viral in the video where the dude took her to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And she snapped and she said, I get courted. And
that was staged, though. I don't believe it. I think that was staged.
Nah. That's an example, though. Because my biggest point to that is women will talk about all the time how dudes do this and that for them. That was the price of sex. Because none of those dudes are with you. You're basically bragging about a body count. Yeah. You like, oh, I've been taken here. I get flown out. I go here, I go there. All right, and how many times?
That's that social media. Got your body count. That's the influence of social media.
Yeah. And that's the problem. They're reducing themselves to a flight, to a dinner, to a bag, buy a Birkin. She busting.
They busting for red light.
Yeah, I mean, a typical response I like to give is, okay, you had all those dudes do that. where are they now? Not
That's
one of them stayed.
Kept none of them. Can't keep none of them.
That was the price of smashing. Then there was another post that said, ladies, you don't have to do this and that for him. Those are husband, what is it, like husband perks. He need to put a ring on it. And I commented on that. I said, that's crazy because women are giving unprotected sex, women, kids, threesomes, this, that, and the third to much less than boyfriends. But it's all these requirements for, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you got to be my husband if you want me to cook and clean for you. Oh, but you going to shoot this porno with me and bust it in the backyard. Like,
it's too many bust downs, man. That's
I got to be your husband for you to learn how to cook and make me a meal. But we can go have sex unprotected real quick.
Yeah, we can go do whatever. Yeah, that's crazy.
This brother standards are so inverted.
Yeah, I mean, they've lowered the bar. But I guess kind of to criticize men again.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is those type of chicks, men need to stop smashing, because the reason these women think the way that they do is because, believe it or not, they are finding guys that will have sex with them.
Because it's a lot of dudes out here who are desperate, who want it, or who just like having sex, or who have no standards. And, you know, they go by what looks good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, men don't have a lot of restraint when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like, for real, they just don't.
It's messed up on both sides, man.
It's messed up on both sides. Is it? But okay, so is it a way to fix it? How do you even begin to try to fix that, bro?
Well, I think there's a starting point on both sides. Like kind of how we said before, it can start with women by just saying no. But I think there is an argument to be made that it can start with men as well. For us, stop smashing low quality women. Let's put the responsibility on us. I'm all for that. Instead of just, smashing anything that comes around, if you see a low quality woman, tell her no. And I will guarantee that will force women to change, to course correct. That will force them, because now we're not feeding them this delusion because a lot of women, they don't know the difference between attention just to smash and actual genuine attention to marry. They don't know the difference. They can't discern the difference between the two. They see all these guys that's just trying to smash, and that's all they're worth to guys. But in a woman's head, they're sitting there thinking, well, I can get any guy I want, so I can hold off this and that, and when I'm ready to settle down and marry, I can just get any guy I want at that time. Nah, it don't work like that. All the guys, when you keep on getting all these guys that's not willing to take you seriously, when you get older and you're ready to settle down, you're not going to have that option anymore, because all the guys that you want now are not going to take you seriously, because they know, especially if they know your past.
Right.
Especially.
Yeah, that's why a lot of girls got to move. They got to go. They got to move states.
Yeah, they want to reinvent themselves.
They got to start over and reinvent themselves, boy.
Yeah. Like that. A lot of cases, that probably is their best bet. Just go somewhere else. Just start over.
Start over. Start your body count over.
Yeah. Like, I don't really condone lying, but like in a situation where you got you got 30 bodies on you and you got to move somewhere else, just start over. Don't necessarily say you're a virgin.
30 ain't a lot, bro. I heard 30 wasn't a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's the fact.
I heard 30.
They say 30 the new 20.
The power exchange.